The Supreme Court ruled 6-3 with all 6 conservatives in the majority that a public high school football coach had a constitutional right to pray on the field after his team's games. Now, the ruling follows the Roberts Court's pattern of holding up religious rights, and it goes against years of precedent where the court has held that students could not be pressured to participate in religious activities. Here to walk us through the court's decision, NBC News Justice Correspondent Pete Williams. So, Pete, what was each side actually arguing in this case?
Well, the ruling is a victory for this former assistant football coach in Bremerton, Washington. He made a practice of praying very visibly on the 50-yard line immediately after games. The school district said, no, you can't do that. You need to find a place to do it more privately because otherwise it appears that the school is endorsing your religious views. He eventually lost his job. The school did not renew his contract, and he sued. But today, by a vote of 6-3, the court said the school was wrong. The court said even though the coach, Joseph Kennedy, was still in uniform, still had some team members on the field, he was acting in a private capacity, the court said, and therefore was protected in his prayers by both freedom of expression under the First Amendment and freedom of religion under the First Amendment. This decision was written by Justice Neil Gorsuch. He said the Constitution requires respect and tolerance for religious and non-religious views. The dissenters here, the 3 dissenters, Justice Stephen Breyer, Sotomayor, and Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Kagan, said that his praying was anything but private and risked coercing students into joining him, but the majority said there just wasn't enough evidence of coercion. So, as you noted, this is a further erosion of the separation of church and state, but it doesn't appear that it opens the door to teacher-led prayer in the classroom because the essence of the court decision is saying he was acting in a private capacity because it was basically not acting in his official duties.
Pete, how does this ruling fit into how the court has ruled this term, the pattern that we've seen?
The pattern has been very solicitous of religious rights. The court said just earlier in the term, for example, that pastors have a right to be in the lethal execution chamber to lay hands on people who are about to be put to death by lethal injection. It said that states that give tuition money to parents to send their children to even private schools cannot deny using that money even if the child is sent to a school that offers explicitly religious education. And that goes a step further than what the court said a couple of terms ago, where it said you can't deny giving that money to a school just because it has a religious affiliation. Now the court has taken the extra step and said it doesn't matter what they teach, even if they explicitly teach religious content and offer a religious take on normal subjects, the state still has to support them with taxpayer money. So what you've seen over the last several years with this conservative court is shifting from a position where in the past it said the government had to do certain things in order to be neutral on religion. Now it's viewing that sort of neutrality as, in fact, hostility to religion. So the court is much more solicitous of religious freedom claims.
All right. NBC's Pete Williams, thank you very much.
You bet.